We open on an escape pod, which ends up on Red Dwarf, and something seems to be off about it. Meanwhile, Captain Hollister is sick. I guess this takes place a year after Pete, or I guess he could have let himself out early.
You're hot lemon, sir.
Anyway, Rimmer is back to kissing up to him.
What's this Space Corps free pardon exonerating you of all crimes doing in here?
Oh, that's why.
It's just, if I've got a record, I'll never become an officer and command my own ship. And that's what I long for more than anything, sir, to be like you. Maybe thinner and in better condition. You think I could become an officer, sir? One day, sir?
Look, it gives me no pleasure telling you this, Rimmer, but I'm sorry, you're just not officer material. Redirect your energies and find something that you have a genuine chance of succeeding at.
Yeah, that's never gonna sink in. Anyway, this lady shows up.
Talia?
And of course, Rimmer assumes the worst.
The photograph of your wife, sir. Is it okay where it is, or should I turn it so it's facing the wall?
Afterwards, Rimmer tries to cheat one of the vending machines. Boy, he's really at his Rimmeriest today.
Alert, alert! A Chucky nut bar has been removed without payment.
Okay, I'm not really a Doctor Who fan, but he kind of sounds like one of those Daleks.
Exterminate!
That's probably intentional.
Promise to shut up? Promise. One day our paths will cross again, and I will destroy you.
And on that day, I will be the captain of this ship.
Anyway, they're all on probation and have jobs.
You know what they got me doing? I gotta put all the rock albums on the PA system. I gotta change those suckers once every 45 minutes.
Meanwhile, Crichton got a gift for Kachansky.
A calendar? A couple of days ago, she was looking at the old calendar and she said it was the wrong time of the month, so I got her a new one.
So Lister explains what time of the month means in Kachansky's case.
And I'll tell you what to do and how to behave, everything.
Yeah, I'm sure he's only going to give good advice. Okay, that's funny.
Dave told you to do this, didn't he?
Isn't he wonderful?
Crichton, how can I put this?
He set me up, didn't he? This is absolutely not what you're supposed to do when a woman is having a...
He was lying!
Ah, not the voice again. So anyway, Crichton has a plan to get back at Lister.
Thought you might like to hear some hot off the press confidential insider information. There's going to be a cell inspection in about 10 minutes. Keep it under your hat.
Cell inspection in 10 minutes.
What's the point of having an inspection if they're going to warn them about it first?
As soon as I've got anything else that'll be useful, I'll be back.
See you in about 25 years, then.
Anyway, it turns out that Lister has a scar.
Those complimentary pens that the hospital guys were handing out. Most accidents happen in the home, so be careful once. Accidentally stab yourself in the head with one.
And so does Rimmer.
From a fight, years ago. Duel. Not a duel. Duel. The old Steven Spielberg movie. A friend of mine attacked me with a video case.
That is a real scar that Chris Berry doesn't like to talk about, which just makes me more curious about how he got it. The world may never know.
I got him back, though. I peed in his mum's steam mine. He had yellow t-shirts for a week.
Now that's a unique revenge. Anyway, they found a note from Crichton.
Dear Mr. Lister, thanks for your wonderful advice regarding Miss Kachansky. In return, I thought I'd steal Baxter's stash of illegal hooch and hide it in your shower.
Ouch, Crichton. So they've got Baxter's alcohol stash, and there's about to be a cell inspection. They can't just dump it down the drain because the tank is full. I have a feeling Crichton somehow planned that. And they've got to hide it somehow, so...
It'll put hairs on your chest.
It'll put hairs on your lips. It'll put hairs on your hairs.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. And we already know that Rimmer is a lightweight.
Inspection!
And here comes Ackerman.
On your feet.
Yeah, this takes a while. Yep, they're both pished. Did they really think he wouldn't be able to smell it?
You're drunk.
Ah, they make cute drunks.
No, sir.
Absolutely not, sir.
Call the Medibay. We need 2 stomach pumps. Super suck.
Here comes Baxter, and he's not happy about his missing hooch.
This is what's going to happen to him.
Way to go, Crichton. Meanwhile, Rimmer and Lister are recovering from having their stomachs pumped. Wow, great disguise, guys. Anyway, now they have to escape. The plan is for all of them to meet up in the hospital and then go to the landing bay and steal a ship.
Where's the cat?
He should be getting himself hospitalized any second.
Cut to one of my favorite cat scenes where he tries to get himself hospitalized by bothering this big scary guy. The credits refer to him as Big Meat, by the way, in hopes that he'll beat him up really bad.
What makes you think you can diss me and live?
From now on, marshmallow ass, you're my bitch.
Okay.
It doesn't work so well.
I just want to make you happy.
Damn!
So he disguises himself as a nurse. Lister's face says it all. So they make it to the landing bay, but it looks like the microbes from the escape pod from the beginning are corroding the ship.
If we go back now, we've got a chance to work on an antidote.
So they cancel their plan to escape and tell Captain Hollister about it.
As you probably know, we don't have enough craft for everyone to be rescued, so most of you will be staying behind to die.
See what I mean about Captain Hollister in Season 8? He's awful. So everyone who can escapes, leaving our 4 main characters on the ship to clean up the mess or find a way out.
Need an antidote, something that can neutralize the corrosive negativity of the microbe.
Something with a corrosive positivity.
So where'd we get that?
A mirror universe.
So they somehow come up with a way to go to a mirror universe where they will be able to find an antidote. And it involves an actual mirror. Why not? Surprisingly, Rimmer goes right in. And then, of course, the machine shorts out and the rest can't follow.
It's overloaded. We've lost Mr. Rimmer.
At last, things are looking up.
And it'll take about 20 minutes to fix it. Meanwhile, Rimmer is now the captain, and Captain Hollister is kissing up to him.
Want to be an officer, don't you, laddie?
Could I? One day, could I be?
No, I don't think you could.
I bet he thought he'd never get the chance to say something like that to Captain Hollister. And that lady comes by again. And remember that assumption that Rimmer made earlier?
But I'm your sister.
Way to go, Rimmer.
Oh my god, what a terrible dream. Oh, hi sis, it's me, Arnie your bro. Get your big old lumpy bum down here and give us a big hug.
Still wrong.
I am Sister Talia Garrett, your personal spiritual advisor.
I wonder, could you tell me what this is?
You'll need to ask the professor then. He does all that stupid sciencey brain box type stuff.
So because this is a mirror universe, Kochanski is a bimbo instead of...
Do you think you could do boob jobs too?
Yeah, this gag would have worked a lot better before Season 8.
Somebody call?
Anyway, the cat is a scientist, and that definitely works.
What's this?
It's an alkali.
Oh yes, what's it called?
Cesium francolithic mixyalbidium rixidixidoxydexidroxide.
That was amazing.
I never thought I'd ever hear you say that.
At one time, the writers were going to make all of them say that, so they all had to memorize it. Turned out that only cats made it into the final product.
Can you write it down for me?
Certainly. Can I have an extremely long piece of paper, my dear?
So Rimmer goes back to his own universe, and everyone is gone.
Where's everyone?
They've repaired the machine and crossed into the mirror universe.
Wait, if they're in the mirror universe, why didn't they run into Rimmer there?
You're the highest ranked crew member left on the ship, so I suppose that makes you captain.
Also, the machine is broken again, so he cannot go back into the mirror universe. Also, leaving the mirror universe caused the formula to turn into a formula for the virus, so all of that was utterly pointless.
Why don't you smeggy well smeg off, you annoying little smeggy smegging smegger?
Every dog has his day. And today's the day.
Also, the vending machine finally gets its revenge.
And I'm the dog.
Cue some sad stock music as the formula catches on fire.
Smeg.
Also, literal death shows up. I never thought about it before, but I wonder if this is a result of Rimmer getting hit in the head and hallucinating. Otherwise, this is just really random.
Arnold Judas Rimmer, your life is over.
Remember what Rimmer said way back in Future Echoes?
You can't whack death on the head. Not today, matey.
But you can kick it in the crotch, apparently.
Remember, only the good die young.
That's never happened before.
It kind of is for a while. And so ends Only the Good. This episode is pretty fun, though I'm not really a fan of how everyone apparently abandons Rimmer at the end with no explanation or anything. Yeah, it's Rimmer, and they've joked about doing stuff like that, but at the end of the day, the boys from the Dwarf are supposed to stick together. I guess maybe the plan was to explain what happened in the following episode, but since the show ended up on a decade-long hiatus, Season 9 ended up being kind of a very soft reboot, and they never really directly address what happened between Seasons 8 and 9, though it's hinted at a bit at the end of Season 10. I may end up doing a separate video about that, so I won't have to wait that long before talking about it. But yeah, they really kind of bit themselves in the butt with a cliffhanger this time. This was actually the second version of the ending. The original version had Rimmer going back to the Mirror Universe to memorize the formula.
Right. Cesium... Hang on.
And that was pretty cute.
Cesium francalithic mixialibidium rixie-dixie-doxy-dexydroxide. Yes!
Especially since the rest of them knew it and could say it easily.
We used to use it in chemistry all the time. Cesium francalithic mixialibidium rixie-dixie-doxy-dexydroxide.
That's where everyone else having to learn the word came from.
Let's just make some up and get rid of this microbe, okay? Smart, Alex.
Crichton mixes up the antidote, fixes the ship, and they're back to square one, having the ship to themselves.
The captain and the crew. Shall I program the ship to slow down so they can board?
Also, Rimmer gets to stick it to Captain Hollister in a bit of a callback to Tika to Ride.
I owe you this.
And I owe you this.
Every dog has his day.
Then the vending machine gets to stick it to Rimmer, similar to the final ending.
Now this is the day, and I'm the dog.
I actually like this ending better, but they really wanted to have that cliffhanger, so it's not the one we got. Anyway, congratulations everyone, we finally made it to the end of Season 8. I've already talked at length about its flaws, so I don't think I'll go into that again. Though I will reiterate that a lot of the humor works for me, so I find it watchable despite its flaws. Also, we have some great characters who are exclusive to Season 8 and are really fun. Mainly Kill Crazy and Ackerman, and Big Meat, even if he just has one scene, it's memorable. And of course, more screen time for Captain Hollister is always a good thing. I do consider Season 8 to be a pretty big dip in the series, and there are issues I have with it, but I don't totally hate it. Next up is Back to Earth. See you then.
Here's my idea.